Training zones. The aims of this podcast are to explain how training zones are calculated, to explain the different training zones, and to explain how these training zones are used. Heart rate training zones are calculated using your maximum heart rate. You can find out your maximum heart rate by taking 220 and subtracting your age. So if you were 15, your maximum heart rate would be 205 beats per minute. If you were 16, it would be 204 beats per minute. The recovery zone is about 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. So if you were 16, you'd need to be working at between 122 and 143 beats per minute. If you were 15, 123 to 143 beats per minute. You might also see this called the weight management zone or the energy efficient zone. In the recovery zone, when you're working at 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate, your body will be able to develop its basic endurance. When you exercise at this level, it will develop your aerobic capacity and you'll be doing a fat burning exercise. The aerobic zone is at 70 to 80% of your maximum heart rate. When working at the aerobic zone, this will develop your cardiovascular system. Exercise during the aerobic zone will improve your aerobic capacity, and it'll be a fat burning exercise. The anaerobic zone means you are working at 80 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. The anaerobic zone develops the lactic acid system. When working at the anaerobic zone, your body quickly reaches a point where it cannot remove lactic acid quickly enough and you stop working. This is called the anaerobic threshold. Training at the anaerobic zone makes you more resilient to lactic acid and you train your body to be able to work at this high intensity but for longer. The red line zone is when you work at 90 to 100% of your maximum heart rate. Working at the red line zone means that you are developing the fast twitch muscle fibers in your body. You can only work in this zone for a very short period. You usually work and hit this zone during periods in interval or fartlek training. So training zones help you train specific areas of fitness. The recovery zone, working at 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate, means you are working your basic endurance. The aerobic zone, where you work at 70 to 80% of your maximum heart rate, works your cardiovascular system. The anaerobic zone, 80 to 90% of your maximum heart rate, you're working your lactic acid system. And the red line zone, 90 to 100% of your maximum heart rate, you'll be working your fast twitch fibers.